Hey guys, how's it going? So, this is a video that I was hoping I would never have to do in the time of all the daily bans, because it's disappointing to me and to you guys. But after putting a lot of thought into it and really trying, I really just can't get into Amon Amarth to the point of feeling like I'm doing them a favor by reacting to them and doing a favor to you guys. There's no way I'm doing a favor to you guys that really wanted to see this. I'm still kind of surprised that Amon Amarth won to begin with, because it feels weird that it won, because if you've watched any of my other death metal ones, I always seem to mention how it's one of those groups and genres I don't really listen to as much because I don't really get into it as much. So I was kind of surprised when they won. Some of you thought Epica won because they had a higher percentage, but the problem with that is that Amon Amarth and Epica were in two different lists, two different polls. And even though Epica had one more percentage, that poll had 100 less votes than the one that had Amon Amarth on it. And in the one with Epica, the other bands out of those 5 also went higher up than all the other bands did in the Amon Amarth one. So that actually means there was probably a good 50 to 75 extra votes for Amon Amarth than there was Epica. So just to clear that up right now, because I know a couple of people brought it up. That was actually why Amon Amarth won. It wasn't the percentage I was looking at, it was the votes. Which surprised me anyway. I was surprised that that was what won, especially after just doing Nightwish. But I just can't get into Amon Amarth to that point. So today I'm going to have to call it as stopping it as the daily band. Again, it's for me. If I can't get into it and I don't enjoy it, the reactions aren't going to be good. Because it was already to the point doing the one for yesterday. Going into it, I already didn't want to do it. I was already bored of the band. So it's just better to stop it now before it gets worse. I'm going to keep the Amon Amarth songs that are on the list on there, because when they're spaced out, I can enjoy it better. You know, like it's not every single day. I can enjoy it just for that little point. It's one of those bands I can enjoy in small amounts. But now that I've done like 8 of their videos over a span of like 2-3 weeks, it's already being too much. So I am sorry for those of you that did vote Amon Amarth. It's just not working. You know, like and I mean, hopefully it's understandable to the point why I'm doing it. I hope nobody's actually that upset that I couldn't get into them. You know, it's just not my musical taste, unfortunately, and it just makes for not as enjoyable of reaction for me. You know, like I definitely tried, because after like the 3rd, 4th video, I already wanted to stop then. But I made sure that I was like, no, I have to make sure I do a decent amount to make sure. And I did, and some of them I enjoyed more than others, but none of them really, you know, grabbed me to the point where I wanted to keep doing it. So that's where the decision came from. So, that'll mean there won't be a top 10 for Amon Amarth. You know, we won't be doing that because we didn't do enough songs. I can tell you right now that my favorites from them are basically their hits that we've covered on the channel, and not just from these last few weeks. We've done more of them before. You know, like Twilight of the Thunder God, stuff like that. That's pretty much the ones that get my attention. There's a reason why they're their hits. I find with death metal, when you pick out the hits, it's usually the ones that I end up enjoying more. Because I think the reason is they're more accessible a lot of times to a bigger group. And that's the stuff that usually grabs me too, you know. Again, it's kind of weird. There is some death metal bands, like the band Death, I enjoy greatly. I already know most of their music though, so don't ask to do it as daily band, because it won't last long. I already know a lot of the music. Just these guys, I just can't get into them. There's just not enough change. I think that's why I like death more. There's a lot more change-ups musically wise, that it keeps me interested. So anyway, I'll be doing another poll. I'm really going to think about it. Only one poll with 5 bands on it this time. I'm going to pick the ones that I really think I would enjoy. This time, from now on, it's just going to have to be ones that I think I would enjoy to do as well. Because it really... I want it to be ones that you guys would enjoy too, but I also have to make sure that I enjoy it. I tried to do it this way, where it's what you guys wanted, and I can see that it's just going to make it worse. It's not going to work out. It's just how it's going to go. I tried it. It didn't work. So I have to at least try to know that I'm going to enjoy that. experience as much as you guys to the same degree, or else it makes for terrible reactions, man. So there will be a new poll up. Yes, Epica will be on it again. Epica will probably win, but I still do want to do a poll to keep it fair, with a few bands on there. Mind you, like, I'm also thinking like, oh, Epica probably would be another cool one too. I know, but we'll see how things go anyway. With that, we'll talk about that another time. Right now, it's, you know, just basically say sorry. We're not going to keep doing Amon Amarth. It's just not the thing. And again, I hope you guys that voted for him understand. I don't know where all you came from that all really wanted Amon Amarth. Again, I'm surprised by the amount of people that wanted to do Amon Amarth, because, again, I've always said that death metal isn't usually the thing I listen to. So I was really surprised that a lot of people thought it would be an amazing choice for me. I feel like that's a constant theme that I see on YouTube for the reactors. Is a lot of people don't consider what the reactor actually like listens to when they choose some of the stuff they want done. And I think that's also our fault sometimes. I can be probably guilty of that. Like, I really enjoy a lot of different music, and it can come off as I really enjoy it maybe sometimes when I'm just in it in the moment. Like, it's usually in a moment thing, you know. I've seen it happen a lot. Like Alex Hefner's page, for instance. He really got into Devin Townsend a couple of times. Every time, so people are saying strapping young lad, but he's not the type to get into I don't think he's the type to get into strapping young lad as much as he was like Devin Townsend solo stuff. So I'm always curious why people always do that. And it shows from like some of his other stuff where he doesn't get as excited as he did for that. So like it always kind of it's like give and take, you know, for both ways. You gotta try and you know, we have to try stuff that you guys ask, but at the same time, you know, we'll try to. I think we should be also trying to show you guys what we actually really like doing, you know, because then we have situations like this where I have to stop a daily band, which is sad. It's sad for me and you guys that has to happen. So anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Again, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it like 5 times. Sorry again that we had to stop it. I'll catch you guys on the next daily band, whoever will win that in the coming little while. Oh, and until that happens, it'll just be 3 random videos a day. Just until then, just so we can pump out some stuff while we're waiting. We're not going to just throw a band out there for a daily band while we're waiting. It'll just be the usual random clips throughout my list that I have. So you guys have a good one. I'll catch you on the next video.